Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. For this devlog, I just wanted to go over what I have done in the past 3-4 weeks of starting the overhaul. I've done a lot so far. I have reworked a ton, and I would like to show it all. So let's start with the menu. So for the menu, I redid the art for the most part. I used the old menu and redesigned it quite a bit. I also moved the buttons. Um, there's an options menu, which I also changed. The bloom doesn't do anything. The audio meters do, but I haven't added the sound yet. I'm still redesigning that. I don't know if I'll have time to completely redo it, but I'm hoping I will. Okay, you play. I don't have any of the bloom effects I did beforehand, but in terms of UI, I also redid that a tad bit. I moved the um coin thing up and I added the menu into here with escape. So let's spawn some NPCs. They work the exact same for the most part. However, I optimized the hell out of them. Mind you, there's still a couple bugs. So let's go over what I did for the NPCs. I pretty much just optimized the code, cleaned it up a bit. I had a lot of problems with the other code just being kind of sloppy everywhere. This is the old code, in the original version. So the first 31 lines of code alone are just variables, right? And as you move down, it's 213 lines versus 103. So I shaved off half of it. Um, I would also like to go over the shop real quick. What I did for the shop is I improved the art. So instead of, that ugly little thing that would pop up here, and now I got this, right? And it appears like this. So the food will come down and move up, right? Bar will complete. You can click it. And then I also made it that you can switch in between foods and hold multiple. And I wanted to do this so I could make the game a little easier. So I also in the future want to make it so with this system you can buy more food, right? After this carrot. Unfortunately, I believe, yeah, it won't add to your inventory. You just get the money back. If you look here at this carrot when it's done. Ugh, I picked the longest timer. Yeah, you get your money back. So let's look at the old game in terms of the menu. If it ever loads. There we go. And you can hear the audio immediately. Let's turn that down actually. So you can kind of see the differences. Let's boot it up here too, because I want to show you the differences. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So this is the old one, right? Change the button layout. The buttons are here now. I changed the window. I put it here. Cobwebs are gone. I also moved the title up here. I think it looks a little better. I made it darker. This changed. This bit changed. However, this mop thing went over here. And I also added a shading to these. I think it looks, better. Um, let's look at the menu too. So options menu, I think I made it look way better. So this is the old one. It was really blocky, right? The pixels with this one, it just didn't look right because the pixels on this were really small, but the pixels on this were huge. Now I also got a font for the text, which I think looks infinitely better. This is like blurry and you can kind of barely tell what this it says. So I think this looks infinitely better. In terms of the tutorial, I haven't done that yet. Let's look at the main game. So for the UI, I got rid of this options. Um, I got rid of this options button. Uh-oh. Yeah, so I got rid of this options button that was here. And I moved the coins up here. Um, and the old UI looked like this. First you had to walk up and press E, and then you could do it. Now it looks a little more polished just because I had more time or I didn't have more time, but I had more time, or I worked on that for longer. And then when you want a different thing, it just kind of deletes this, and I didn't really like that. So I'm gonna delete that. And in terms of what I've done so far, that pretty much concludes what I've done. I hope you guys have a great day and goodbye.